Hey there! Welcome to Product Marketing Genius. I'm your host, Nitin Karthik. As Director of Product Marketing and a top product marketing voice, I've always found that real world case studies are the true litmus test for the effectiveness of any product marketing strategy. And that is why, on this show, we dive into the minds of industry titans as well as rising stars, unpacking their expertise in action packed episodes that showcase the power of product marketing through real world case studies. And my friends, today we are joined by product marketing genius Madison Leonard, who is marketing and go to market consultant at SaaS Secrets. Madison is an award winning product marketer with deep expertise in launching new products and crafting winning go to market strategies. She specializes in product led growth, product led marketing, and product led sales strategies that span across B2B SaaS and D2C verticals. Madison has also been recognized as a top 100 product marketing influencer and as a consultant, advisor, coach, speaker, and fractional product marketing operator who ultimately helps companies with product led go to market strategies. Her illustrious career includes numerous leadership posts at Vanta, ClickUp, Bread Ventures, and even DreamWorks Animation. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Madison Leonard. Madison, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. That was such a kind intro. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm excited to chat today.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Madison, as promised, let's give our audience a situation from your experience, and we'll talk about them using the ABC framework, the antecedents or the prior challenges, the behaviors or the actions that you took, and the conclusion, how things played out. So, with that, Madison, pick a situation from your experience and tell us what were the antecedents, what were the prior challenges?
Yeah, so I think the best example would probably be from the time that I worked on the ClickUp whiteboards launch. And there were a few challenges, but the first one that comes to my mind is the overall challenge of just the speed at which we had to go to market. Initially, we were operating on about like a 6-month time frame from beta to the GA launch, but we had to shorten that due to some circumstances and really try to get the product out on a faster deadline. And so one of the challenges that we encountered was basically figuring out what are the actual table stakes features? What are the expectations of users so that we're still hitting the mark when we go to GA launch and we haven't cut too many things that our users were going to deem as super vital. So the challenge was, how do we figure out how we can still go into market in a reasonable way that's execute we can actually execute on internally in the team, still meet the deadline, but also still provide lots of value to our users and have a successful launch.
Yes, and Madison, I think a lot of our audience can really relate to that because during product launches, it seems like all hands on deck and there's so many things going on, but you're right, you have to find what things are really going to move the needle. Wonderful.
Yes.
So we see the challenges. Madison, now tell us about some of the behaviors or some of the actions that you took.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in that your customers have the answers to everything. I think we can all operate in a black box a lot of the time. And I really just fundamentally believe that if you ask and you are careful about what the right kind of questions even to ask your customers, that you will get the answers very straightforward and have a very clear path to success. So that's exactly what I did. I went and I talked with a whole bunch of users, people who were using our beta. We had sort of like this closed beta community group that we had put together. So asking people who are already engaged with us and power users. I also asked people who had never used this type of product before to kind of get that first world approach to how we may tackle it. And so I talked with a lot of different folks. And during that process, basically came to the conclusion of, which was totally different than what I thought and what my product owner also thought. We initially thought we could cut templates from our initial launch strategy because we thought, with a whiteboard product, all you need to do is just be able to drag and drop things. You need to write things, draw, kind of all of the things that you would expect when you're going onto a digital whiteboard set, the expectations that you have there. But we were really, really wrong in the sense that we were going to cut templates. And when we talked with everybody, both the pro users of existing whiteboard solutions, as well as people who hadn't ever done a whiteboard before, all of them, when you told them to go get started, every single one of them used a template to do that. And so it was just a really clear understanding that we could not cut templates from our table stakes, and that that was a major part of launch, and a major part of sort of the adoption strategy as well, and not just sort of the expectations that the user might have.
Yeah, wow. So amazing that you actually spoke to the users and found out, right? Sometimes we talk to users and maybe we confirm our own understanding, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But even one time you have this situation where you actually found, oh my God, we were supposed to cut this, but the users say they value that, that
Yes.
can pay for itself many times over. So wonderful. So we talked about the behaviors. So Madison, then tell us about the conclusion. How did the situation play out with the launch?
Yeah, so we reprioritized a whole bunch of stuff, right? I mean, we initially had our hypothesis for what the table stakes features was going to be. Now we needed to put templates in there. So of course, working with my PM to understand like the trade-offs that we would need to have and kind of make all of those assessments, but also really make sure that that's in our positioning and messaging as well to some of our, more in-depth segments and use cases to make sure that they understand the simplicity of getting started. And so one of the things that I really like to do from a product marketing perspective, is I believe you can position and message things even through images and have that really be very powerful. And so in a lot of the material we use across paid social, as well as like, the announcement email and kind of all these things, we actually showed templates as one of the primary mechanisms for getting started. So even though we didn't necessarily need to talk about that, right? Like we didn't need to write the words easy to get started, because we wanted other positioning to kind of come first and be more strategic. We were still able to get that positioning and messaging across in a GIF and in a video or image or whatnot that showcased really how easy it was to get started by just clicking a template and going on and having something immediately on your whiteboard and being able to work there. So the result was, both the trade-off within the actual table stakes, working with the PM on that launch and readjusting the course of how we were going to go about things, as well as sort of on the product marketing side, figuring out how we can position this, because it is an expectation for the users, not only in the messaging and positioning that we use, but also inside the platform, making sure that we have tooltips, guides, things like that, that are really pointing users to that adoption point. So it was a great lesson for talking with users, but also to, I mean, just having the ability to pivot and change and iterate and not hold those assumptions too close to your chest, right? Be prepared to go out and test it and not take it personally if you got something wrong, and really let the users kind of lead you to water, essentially.
Wow, what a powerful story. So one of the features that was actually on the cutting board about to get chopped, which
Yes.
was saved by your insights actually talking to users. And it sounds like, Madison, that became kind of one of the hero features at the end. So, oh my God, I just absolutely love the story. I think the audience can really learn from this. So thank you, Madison. With that, tell us, if people wanted to learn more about you, where can people find out more about you?
Oh, my LinkedIn. Definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn. I am on there probably too much, but I really love it and I love the community, and I network with so many amazing people. I share free resources on there all of the time. So if you're looking to learn for free, that is the best place. If you're looking to reach out to me, also do it there. It's kind of a one-stop shop.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, folks, there you have it. Definitely reach out to Madison, whether it's for a chat or for some help or guidance or whatever it is. So, there you have it. Armed with that knowledge, my friends, onward and upward.